Hi, I just came in from outside to go fetch screws. I would just like to thank the lovely people at Yusk for not being able to count. We bought blackout blinds and they're supposed to come with 4 screws, and this is what I got sent. Now if any of you at the Yusk group need some help counting, I can suggest some lovely YouTube videos that my kids watch, and I'd be happy to give them to you. Thank you.
Hey guys! So today I'm teaching Baynand how to harvest microgreens. So Baynand often helps me with pretty much everything on the farm, and a lot of the times I do harvest myself because I'm a little bit pedantic. So today I'm teaching him how to harvest because we've got some big orders coming up for the summer, and I need help. So today is a nice learning curve, and maybe you guys also learned a little something for those who also do microgreens. So enjoy! Step 1. Remove the tray from the shelf. Now you've watered it for the last 10 days at least. You need to drain it before you harvest it. It just makes it a little cleaner, and you want to get rid of whatever water's left in the bottom to dry out the roots and the plants and stuff like that for your harvest. So you set your tray down, as you can see, and you make sure you have your container close. You will tear your scale to make sure that it is deducting the weight of the container from what you're putting in it. So you'll see when I lift it, that's what my container weighs. So step 1, you need a sharp standing knife. It needs to be, you replace the blade every single time you harvest because it actually rusts it. So you want to make sure that you only use it once, throw it away, and you replace the blade every week. Step 1 is your standing knife. Step 2, you will get a good hold. You almost want to bunch it into your hands and make like a flower bunch. Then you will take your standing knife and you go below your hand, and you act quite quickly, sort of like sever the stems. And the reason you hold it like this is so that you can take it out as a bunch. Then you take this bunch and you place it in the box nicely in this little bunch, and then you keep doing that until you start layering it in little bunches.
Let's see that again from this angle.
You take your bunch, okay, but careful not to cut yourself. Make sure to stay underneath your hand. Keep an eye on the blade as you sever through this, and you will see that you have your sunflower. See? Now it's Venan's turn to try.
Got one.
Don't worry about the ones that drop off too much. I mean, you've got bunches you got to get out. If you keep picking up stragglers, you'll be here all day on one tray.
Okay.
Okay, so your next piece will be over here. You'll see, you'll follow a line. So grab those little guys.
By the way, guys, this is not a batch that we're selling. This is for us.
It's practice purposes. Okay, take your bunch, very nicely done, and into the box. There we go. We've tried various harvesting methods. I've tried, goodness, what all have I tried? I've tried
An electric
bread knife. I've tried a garden shear thing. I've tried scissors. I've tried
The electric shears?
electric shears, fancy kitchen knives, you name it. And still my favorite is the standing knife. You can replace it with a new blade every week. It's super sharp.
Yeah.
And it's a little deadly because it's so sharp, but it does wonders for the microgreens. It really, really helps.
So let's time it, right? We'll check how long I take, and then how long you take.
Okay.
Or if you cut yourself, you're disqualified.
Okay, cool.
If I cut myself, it's just because I'm stupid and new. Here we go. And start. I think we should have used a calendar, not a stopwatch for me.
novice. I'm pulling out roots and I suck.
Okay, just take note. There's a reason I say you follow a line, because remember, these are plants, they lean on each other. So if your movements are erratic through the tray, then you're going to have sunflowers just falling over left, right and center. Then it makes it even somewhat impossible to harvest them neatly. So stick to your lines, people.
Are you saying I'm not sticking to a line?
Now and again, but it made for a valid point.
It reminded me of sucking.
Watch you beat me.
Yeah, well, but I do things. I mean, I pull out roots. Some of these I've noticed I do double cuts on. In other words, I'll just nick where I stop with the blade, and then maybe the next time I'll cut it again, and then that you'll end up having a damaged plant.
Yeah, commit, people, commit.
I mean, also, I guess it can be judged on how well we harvest. Right, so the last bit, we usually don't leave it because it takes too long. And I'm going to stop, let's call it 2 minutes, 50 seconds.
Okay, not bad.
Not bad for sucking. Okay, just say when you're ready.
Start.
There we go. My wife is extremely competitive, just by the way. Goodness, you're almost halfway through. Whoa, 56 seconds.
Yep. Cut these little guys off. But yeah.
Next up, we have the brick carrying challenge. I think
He's got me beat there. Hey, so we're at Katie's house. Say hi, Katie. Hey. Katie is våra grannar. And today we are making pizzas at her little pizza house, which is super fun. And it's a oven. What kind of oven is it? It's a wood burning oven. Stone oven. So we are busy making pizzas and eating really well here in Storbränden. So yeah, good fun. Yeah, they're coming to get the pizzas.
Let's get some of that stuff.
Thank goodness he's good at editing, because if he relies on me.
Oh, look at that. And yeah, like, tell us about this place. This is the original village bakery.
Yes, this was. Do you want to tell them about
Please.
the village bakery? This was originally the village bakery of Storbränden. So yeah, this is where they used to come, and the whole town used to come here and make their bread and their pizza, and they would keep the fire burning for days on end.
Yes, 2 days.
Yeah, and yeah. So that's we trying to revive that tradition a little bit, yeah.
Look at that
Creme crust.
creme crust.
And look at me, I'm a brand new shoes, yeah. And all my life I've been so unsatisfied, but it's what get me so high. Go against the tide, don't follow like sheep, feel truly alive with the
So we're here in our new fruiting room and we're busy setting it up. The grow tent has got some stuff colonizing already, but obviously this is the fruiting tent, so it wouldn't make sense to leave it there for colonization. And we're still making up some shelves for colonization. But something that we need to think about is how these mushrooms can get oxygen, because mushrooms need oxygen and normal plants need CO2. And mushrooms actually release CO2. The idea is that we create a symbiotic process where we vent some of the mushroom CO2 out towards one of our hydroponic rooms, so that those plants can take up that CO2 and then bring in fresh air, oxygen, from the environment back into the tent. And that way there's a really nice relationship between the two environments. So what we need to do next is cut a hole right over there so that we can vent from the grow tent through there. That air will be filtered first so that we don't eject spores into the rest of the greenhouse. So it will be filtered and then vented out into the one hydroponic room. Let's get to it. Right, we'll get a nice vent up there. So I'm trying just to cover it up neatly. So far, so good. Right, so the idea is that we have the fogger in there. It pushes the mist through there. It goes up around the corner. It enters again here, runs around all the way here, and you'll see we have holes drilled over here. And what I've done is I leave that fan on just for fresh air exchange. Oxygen being very important to mushrooms, so we're trying to get as much of that in there. And then the excess air is gently pushed out of that, and then the excess air is then pushed through that filter to the other hydroponics room. If the CO2 levels get too high, and we have the little sensor over there, if the CO2 levels get too high, the fan, which is on this duct over here, will kick in. It will suck additional air through. It will then vent, and it will also then use these holes as suction holes. So yeah, now we have these babies still almost ready to fruit, and yeah, we can get them into fruiting very soon. So all in all, a lot of exciting things happening here with the mushroom farm. Hey folks, so we've been busy digging out our trench over here for the water line to the greenhouse, and I have to say I'm surprised that the soil is still frozen. And funny enough, a lot of people in Sweden can't even believe me when I tell them it's still frozen this deep. Just to give you an idea, I'm going to show you something. So over here we're now at a meter deep, and if you look over there, ooh, sorry, shoddy camera work, I do apologize. If you look over there, do you see that? That's ice. And you pull up these big chunks of ice still from the ground, 1 meter deep.
You'll see a man that's truly free without all the rules. There they go again, flowing down the main street, selling out, selling shit. Same old thing, same old faces, just like a clone without the will of his own.
So not everything can always go according to plan, and sometimes it feels like there's a rule in life that says nothing should go according to plan. And I came out here this morning, did some digging yesterday after we went out, and it went okay. I managed to break through some more. I still found ice, can you believe it? And anyway, so I did some more digging, and some of this pipe I started putting in because the trench started like collapsing upon itself, and you see over there I started closing it off. But now I came out this morning and basically the entire thing collapsed. And I've tried doing some backfilled sections, you know, as I carry on, which is just a total pain in the ass. And as you can see, that wall over there collapsed completely. So I think all that we're left to do is to use the pipe as it is at that depth, and as deep as we can, but it wouldn't help, there'd be frost anyway. Anyway, we'd have to install some pipe heating then.
Can't give a damn about the words of the week, 'cause I know that talk's cheap. Go against the tide, don't follow like sheep. Feel truly alive with the blood.
I no longer have to climb a tree to get into my house. It's awesome. We built stairs. So happy. It's been a happy day. That combined with the water that now runs in my barracks, in my greenhouse, I'm very happy.
This little guy is in the way of us building wood stores. See how well camouflaged it is.
Hey everybody. So as you can see, I'm standing here at the greenhouse. In the last update we showed you us actually building the greenhouse. So everything's up and standing. I've got all my plants that were busy growing in the main greenhouse. I brought them out. Some of them are faring, most of them are faring pretty well. Some of them that are planted in the ground are like, so I'm busy making a plan today for my tomatoes because I need them to stand up straight. So we decided that it would look really nice if we put some planters around here. Also, it's planting space. So we went and we got these guys from the recycling, and we've made good use of them and made planting boxes. So I've put soil in them, and they're now all ready for their plants. These guys, I'm a bit worried about the frost and things like that, so I've actually got them protected in these humidity boxes. And also strawberries like humidity, so I figured these are a good place for them. And then I've also currently got some other things in the box on the other side there, and these are all the guys waiting for me to plant them. In here I've got tomatoes, I've got wasabi, carrots, sweet potato, tobacco because we smoke apparently, cucumber, chives, and basically almost everything you can think of. And I've also got some potatoes in the greenhouse waiting to go out as well. And then over here we have some corn and some very sad looking squash and pumpkin, which I'm trying to revive. As you can see, they're doing really well. So I need to figure out what I've done wrong there. And then in here we've got some lavender and chili. So yeah, everything's slowly coming out, and I'm trying to make plans with everything, but you know, let's see. I've never really planted a big garden like this, so it's a learning curve. Today I'm going to build a stand for the tomatoes. So the tomatoes need some sort of support to grow, and the sticks and string just, they look shit and they're not cutting it. So I decided to get some pipe. We have some black pipe. If you have a look here, we have some black pipe that we had left over from other projects. So these guys are going to loop. They'll create a stand in here, and they will, so there will be one on each side and some supports in between with strings hanging down, and these will support the tomato plants as they grow. So that's the plan.
Look into my eyes, you'll see a man that's truly free with blood on the wound.
Got some peas growing. Look at there. I'm gonna try it now. For the dirt. So what I'm busy doing, if you have a look-see in here, I'm busy scooting everything around. And over here, I'm busy putting in some gravel so that I can add some soil. And then I can start planting things in here. I needed to move a whole lot of things out of here because I needed to move a lot of things out here because it was just plants everywhere, and you can't plant if there's that many plants. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. I'll take you on a little bit of a tour outside. So if you look, see here, there's my dying stuff. I just planted some of the onions there, probably not right, but they were all stuck together, so I thought, let's see how it goes. And then some garlic, and then I've got my chili plants and all those type of things in here. And then my little contraption that I made is over here, so it's actually looking kind of cool. And then I also thought, let me put some of my peas in here as well, and they've already started giving me some sugar snaps, so yeah, maybe some food is on the way. Also replanted my kale over here, thought it's maybe a better spot for it, less crowded. So yeah, these guys are going to go into this shot, and that's how things are going. And then if you look there, there's Vainant. He's busy digging there, over there with Vainy. They found a snake, so I won't be going there. But yeah,